What's up, Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers? This is vi3t here with you for a quick update on the Yu-Gi-Oh World Championship 2012 in Tokyo, Japan. So this is the first match, feature match for round 1 of the top 8. It is Jarrell McKay Winston against Akikazu Saito. Jarrell McKay Winston is a Yu-Gi-Oh judge, fellow Yu-Gi tuber, and he is someone that I don't particularly like in general as a Yu-Gi-Oh judge, as a person who plays Yu-Gi-Oh, mainly because of his attitude and the way he presents things. And I don't think he's also the best player. However, I do have to give him props for top 8 in the Yu-Gi-Oh World Championship and picking Exodia and taking it to the top 8. So what happens in round 1 of Winston's feature match? He wins the first game, and then the second game, which is what the footage that you're watching now, is they're preparing for the second game, where Jarrell ends up losing because Inzektor does what it does best: it swarms. And on top of that, Saito cited in his royal decrees, which were able to slow Winston down and prevent him from making his crazy draws with accumulated fortune and hope for escape, which is a very good combo in Exodia. And as you can see in Duel 2, I'm skipping around a little bit, but Saito ends up getting Gigamantis and being able to just special summon a bunch of Inzektors and attack a lot for the win. He also ends up using Solemn Warning to negate his own summons to keep his life points low and prevent Winston from using Hope for Escape. In game 3, it's also a slow game, and it looks like it's back and forth. It looks like Winston has a chance to win, and then all of a sudden Saito is able to use Foolish Burial to send his Dragonfly to grave, call the Haunted Dragonfly, equip Ladybug and Hornet, and Saito goes crazy. Saito ends up with a full field with 2 Gigamantis on the field, and Xyz summons a Tiras and negates. Right. He ends up Xyz summoning Tiras and negating his summon with Solemn Warning to keep his life points low. And he keeps 2 Dragonflies on the field who keep trying to attack for game on Winston, but Winston negates the attacks. And there's a point where let me replay this most important part of this duel. Saito uses Centipede to bring Ladybug, pump Centipede up to level 5, search for a Hornet, Dragonfly, equip the Hornet from hand, Jarrell chains 2 Reckless Greed to prevent him from using the Hornet to destroy his back row. Saito then spends a lot of time thinking, but he has huge plays because he has a Dragonfly equipped with a Gigamantis and the Inzektor Hornet. So he finally goes for the Hornet on Gigamantis play. And the great thing about the World Championship setting for 2012 is that there's actually live streaming, there's actually coverage, and there's instant replay. What's disappointing is that they're only doing 1 feature match at a time, which is too bad. It would be nice to have all 4 matches be featured, including the Dragon Duel matches, because these are the young kids at the top, and these are also the expert players at the top of the world. And it'd be great to be able to see all of the matches and how it went down. So the final outcome of this matchup is that Saito gets his combo pulled off, that it's confirmed he's not cheating, and he continues to kind of pretty much misplay. And I'll tell you why as soon as we get to it. So this is the point where the entire game gets rewound, and Saito is fast playing extremely fast, which is, I guess, confusing Jarrell Winston and confusing the judges, because no one really understands what the problem is. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. So after the Jadge screen, gameplay resumes, and pretty much what I believe Saito really should have done is, instead of equipping his Hornet and Ladybug with Gigamantis, he actually should have used Ladybug to turn all of his Inzectors, at least 3 of his Inzectors, into level 4s, and special summon Shockmaster. Shockmaster can declare trap, spell, or monsters, and one of those 3 effects cannot be used until the end of his opponent's next turn, which would prevent Jarrell from playing either his traps or his spells or monster effects for at least 3 turns. And either Saito isn't playing the Shockmaster, or Saito is not using Ladybug the way it should be used. I'm assuming that Saito doesn't know that Ladybug says up to level 2, and I'm also assuming that with Inzector Gigamantis, he doesn't realize that Inzector Gigamantis' effect can be used once per turn. And another thing on top of that is he's not even using the other Hornet that he has engraved to pop his Jarrell's back row. So there's a lot of misplays going on towards the end of this duel, and Saito ends up winning, but he should have won a lot earlier if he had been playing the deck with all of at full potential of what it can do. But I don't know what's in Saito's side deck or extra deck, so maybe he took something out. But I still think Shockmaster Inzectors with Hopper is amazing, and that should be a deck that should be played. My last prediction for Worlds was that Samurais would be the best deck choice, and only one player played Samurai, and he got rocked. And on top of that, if you check the Road of the King page, you'll see all of the decks that were played in the World Championship qualifier, with Inzectors being the top pick. And right now, the finals for the semifinals for the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2012 is 4 Inzector decks, 1 from Japan, and then 1 each from 2 European countries and Singapore. So Inzectors are good. Hopefully you guys are checking out the link below in my description to watch this live stream for yourself. I'm going to try and record more, but most likely, with the way my computer is and with my screen recorder, it's not the best thing to use to record the live stream. So let me fast forward a little bit, and this is the point where Winston finally concedes. But good job, Jarrell Winston, for making top 8 and representing the U.S. I wish you had said something better for your moment up at the microphone, but that's you, dog. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, Yu-Gi-Tubers.